Everybody, and welcome back to the Film Club Rejects podcast. I'm Will. That's Brendan.
Thank you for being rejects with us, everybody. Welcome back to the podcast. Will, take us right into the Rosebud Thorn.
Yeah. Rose is that it is almost Christmas. I'm excited. I got one more day of work, and then I'm headed out to go see some family. Bud is that well, I guess and a Rose, Rose and Bud in the same is we're in fantasy football playoffs right now. This is the second week, but this is my first week playing fantasy football playoffs in both of my leagues because I had the bye in both of them. Um, so far, it's a really close game in one of my leagues and an absolute blowout in another league for me,
Mm,
which is good. But yeah, excited to see where that come or where that takes me. And
nice,
again, excited
nice.
for Christmas.
There you go.
Rose, or Bud, I guess, is Stranger Things is coming out in 4 days as of recording.
There you go.
It'll be coming out the day after tomorrow as of release because this will come out on the 20. No, it'll come out the day. It'll come out tomorrow as of release. This will come out on Christmas Eve. Also,
Gotcha.
Merry Christmas and Happy Holidays to all who celebrates. Happy Hanukkah, all that fun stuff.
Merry
Hanukkah
Kwanzaa.
Hanukkah ends tomorrow as of recording, I believe. Happy Kwanzaa, Merry Christmas, all of that fun stuff. Um, so yeah, as of tomorrow on release, Stranger Things Volume 2 will be coming out at 7 p.m. Eastern, or 8 p.m. Eastern, 7 p.m. Central. Which I'll be in Central at the time, so that'll be kind of nice. Um,
There you
and
go.
and my thorn, man, the Chiefs, man. Uh, you know,
Yes,
we
sir.
found out
The Chiefs
while we were
suck
recording.
ass.
We found out while we were recording the IRL podcast that the Chiefs were eliminated from playoff contention, and that Patrick Mahomes got hurt. We found out later
Right.
he tore his ACL. Definitely going to be out for the season, so good thing that we didn't make the playoffs. Also, Gardner Minshew probably also tore his ACL today, but
Yes.
we got absolutely slapped around by the Tennessee Titans, which hurts, which hurts.
Which
But
does bring a smile to my face.
yeah, but it is what it is. Um, and there's always next year.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, Brendan.
Uh, Say my Rose is back home after traveling for a little while, so just happy to be with family and little brother's home. His 21st birthday is tomorrow, so I will be taking him out for
Ooh,
his first legal
yeah.
drink, which will be really really fun. Um, uh, I'd say my bud is a lot of my guys are coming back into town, so I'll get to work out with them this week, which will be fun.
Heck yeah, man.
And then I don't really have a thorn, honestly. Things are going well,
Perfect.
so
Perfect. That's great. Love to see it.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So
Yeah, so we got a good one for you
hmm,
guys. Coming out of the Rosebud Thorn, we got an Avengers Doomsday teaser. This is one of four that are coming out weekly in front of our next topic of conversation, Avatar: Fire and Ash. Both of us went and saw it. We're gonna talk about it. We're gonna review it. I have notes that I took during the movie. I don't know if you do the same thing, but just so I could remember everything that I was thinking. But anywho, we're gonna go straight into the Doomsday trailer. So obviously, you see it in front of Fire and Ash. We're going to see three other ones that are going to be released on a week-to-week basis. So next week, or I guess starting Friday and going into
hmm,
the week after, we're going to see a different one, and we're going to see another one after that, and another one after that. Um, I kind of got it spoiled for me beforehand. I didn't know whether it was real or not, so I took it with a grain of salt. Um,
hmm,
but Brendan, our goat, he's
My
back.
goat's back! My goat is back! I'm so happy! He's back!
He's back. We got Steve Rogers will
Steve Rogers
return.
is returning to the MCU. I don't give a fuck what anyone says. I know it might be some bullshit, but I don't care. My goat is back, and I wish literally anyone was in the movie theater to see me freaking out when it fucking came out. I actively was texting you in a
Mm-hmm.
furious. I was so happy.
I was.
For those of you that don't know, Captain America, Steve Rogers is my favorite MCU character of all time, and the fact that he is returning to the big screen is making me so very, very happy.
Mm-hmm. I was in the middle of the movie, and I just felt through my watch on my phone just bzzzt, bzzzt, bzzzt. I was like, okay, so he got to the thing.
So we got to the
I liked that it was the last thing. It was
it was.
Steve Rogers will return in Avengers Doomsday. Movie starts.
Movie starts. Yeah, it was
Fantastic.
great. It was so perfectly executed. You know, I have no idea what this means because obviously Captain America is Sam Wilson now. But
Right.
you know, if he dons the shield again, I think I will explode with joy and just happy.
It'll be interesting because that seems a little messy. How
It
are you
will be
gonna
messy.
do that? I think that they're gonna keep if they have him as like a less than just like a cameo thing. Like if he has like fight scenes and things like that, which he might.
I'm sure he's going to get. I'm sure. I saw something about a lot of people are speculating because Robert Downey Jr. is playing Doom.
Mm-hmm.
Um, that a lot of this is going to be, um, like basically like a sequel to Endgame, and a lot of those plot points, like from Endgame, are going to be important in Doomsday, and
Okay.
being like, um, basically Doom because Steve went back and put the stones back, and went and lived the life with Peggy.
It
That
caused an
Doom's going to be
incursion
going
in Doom's
after.
world.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
Doom's going to be going after him. So it's going to be like a Steve versus Doom, as opposed to in the comics where we normally see Doom versus, um,
The Fantastic Four.
yeah, versus Reed Richards.
Mm-hmm. That'll
So
be. I don't know. So then, what are they doing with the Fantastic Four? Then that's the question, right? So
well, we saw it. Doom's coming after their son. So
right.
at the end of Fantastic Four, so
So what
they're
I
going to
think.
be maybe Doom tries to use his son. This I just came up with this. Maybe Doom tries to use his son because his son is all powerful to go back in time and go after Steve Rogers.
So
Maybe
what?
that's why Doom's getting up.
So here's kind of what I'm thinking is kind of something similar, but it's Steve going back and doing what he did causes an incursion in Doom's world, right? Because
Mm-hmm.
like that's one of the things that Doctor Strange was so like
Right.
whatever was like
You can call it incursion, yeah.
yeah, it's and it kills the worlds and whatever. So what if there's an incursion in Doom's world because of that and
Mm-hmm.
causes Doom's world to die or do whatever?
Right.
Doom wants Franklin Richards, because
Mm-hmm.
as we've spoken about, Franklin Richards is God basically. He,
Right.
takes Franklin Richards to try and restore the world, his world,
Mm.
but also wants revenge on Cap.
Right.
How that gets our world, are the 616 into it, I don't know. But we'll see. Also,
We shall see.
Steve's got a kid now.
Yeah, he does.
He got a little baby.
Yeah, got a little baby.
Got a little baby.
Got a little. Him and Peggy got busy.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I also think that if they're gonna do like a fight scene or anything like that, they're gonna stick with like his nomad stuff as opposed to like him being Captain America,
Mm,
which is what we see in
yeah.
Infinity War with like the gauntlet shields,
Right.
which
Right.
super cool. And I'd be okay with
Yeah.
like him being nomad and then Sam Wilson going to be
Yeah.
Captain Captain America.
I just want to
I'm
see
cool with
Steve
it.
fight again.
Yeah,
That's really all I care about.
yeah,
And if at one point he gets to fight with the Shield, I'd be pretty fucking happy.
that'd be cool.
If Marvel sees this at all, just throw me that little bite of fan service, and I'll be good. That's all I need, man.
Yeah, and we are a little bit less than a year until it comes out. It comes out on
Yeah.
December 18th, so we got what was that 3 days? So 362 days left now.
Yeah.
Um, so I'm super excited. There are rumors that the next trailers that are coming out are going to be focused on Thor, focused on
Okay.
focused on Doom, and then one other random one that we don't know about.
Okay.
Um,
Okay.
but as of right now, Thor. Where is Thor? We unfortunately we got that god awful movie.
Yep.
And he is bouncing around the galaxy with Gore's daughter, played by
Mm-hmm.
Chris Hemsworth's actual real life daughter, which I thought was
Which is
pretty
pretty
cool.
cool.
I thought that was pretty cool.
Except for that, whole movie.
I was about to say that's the one part of the movie that's cool is that the
Mhm.
kid is played by his real life
Yeah.
daughter. That's it.
Right.
That
Everything
the
else
rest of
about
that movie
sucked ass.
sucked.
It was terrible.
I've never
It was
left a
fucking
Marvel
terrible.
movie going, yeah, I wish I hadn't seen that. Not I wish I
The
hadn't
only other
spent
one,
money on it. I wish I
funny
hadn't
enough,
seen
the
it.
only other one I've done that with was Thor: The Dark World.
Yeah, but I saw Thor: The Dark World like later. Like I had already
Mm,
seen Avengers or something like that, and I was like, okay, so like I can see how this like ties in or whatever. Like
right.
not a big deal, but I just Thor Ragnarok is or not Ragnarok. Thor: Love and Thunder is genuinely a movie that I feel like we would have been better off had it not been made.
Yeah. Agreed.
The world
Agreed.
would have been better. It's the end of Happy Gilmore. Everyone is now dumber
Yeah.
for having listened to this. I
Right.
award you no
Right.
points, and may God have mercy on your soul. I
So
literally left the movie theater going. Everybody in the world is now dumber for having watched this movie.
yes.
I award
Correct.
Marvel no points, and may God have mercy on their soul. Um,
Correct.
yeah, I just legitimately it is the only a Marvel movie that I've walked out of the theater thinking it would have genuinely been better if I had not seen this movie.
Correct. Correct.
Anywho,
I'd agree with you there.
DK Metcalf just punched a kid in the face.
Huh?
Who's number 4 on the Steelers? That's
I think
DK Metcalf,
that's
right?
Austin. Or no. I think. Hold on. Let me look.
Number 4, Steelers. DK Metcalf.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
number 4. Yep.
DK Metcalf just punched a fan in the face.
Why?
I don't know. I just looked up, and I just watched the dude's fist hit him in the. Who knows? I think it was a missed like catch or something like that, and the fan was barking at him, and he just.
Mm,
But who knows?
great.
Anyway, we got Steve Rogers back. Huge for
Yep.
us.
Huge. Huge
Um,
dubs.
that does this make you more excited for Endgame, like for Endgame period, and does this make you believe in Endgame a little bit more, or is this just a Steve Rogers is back? I'm cool with it.
For Endgame.
Doomsday. For Doomsday.
For Doomsday.
Does this make you
Yes.
more excited for Doomsday, or are you solely excited for Steve to be back? Does this give you more faith in
Both.
Avengers Doomsday?
Both. I'm
Okay.
excited. I was already excited for Doomsday, but the fact that Steve's going to be in it has made me more excited for it, and I get my goat back.
True.
So
What
it's
does
a
this
win-win.
do? What does this do for we've had 5, it'll be 6 years of movies by the time this comes out since Endgame, since we got RDJ, we got his whole send off, we got um Captain America send off, we got all of this stuff. We got what is essentially seemingly the perfect endings to these characters, right?
Mm-hmm.
6 years later, here he is again. And we have had 6 years of movies and content to move on and build something without that.
Right.
What is that? How does that impact this? And does it?
It depends, you know. Do they? Is this just a one-off? Right? Is
Mhm.
this just, you know, Steve's back? You know, Doom gets beaten the Doomsday movie, or if he's going to be in another movie, I don't know.
Which if they
But
are, if they're doing Doom, they need to keep him a recurring guy.
right, I think Doom would be it. I think Doom's the big bad, obviously. So I would think it'd be multiple movies, but you know, you never know what direction.
Yeah.
If this is a one-off story for Steve, like they're coming after him, you know, whatever. Like, let's just stay with my theory, right? That
Mhm.
he, you know, they're coming after him, whatever. That's the point of that's the plot points of this movie,
Mhm.
and then they wrap it up. You know, Steve helps them any way he can, and then you know the Avengers end up chasing after Doom, whatever, and
Sure.
Steve just stays back in 1940 or whatever,
Mhm.
right? I think it's a great one-off story, whatever. You know, we got to see a little bit of Steve. That's awesome. I don't think
Mhm.
it really messes with his legacy or anything.
Okay.
But if they drag it out over multiple movies, then you have to have that conversation of
Right.
like, you know, is now okay, we're going to see 2 or 3 more years of Steve Rogers because he's integral to the plot and we can't get rid of him.
Right.
Then it fucks with the legacy a little bit. But
Mhm.
it just depends on which way the story goes. The other thing I've been trying to keep very, very clear in my head is that yes, this is Avengers Doomsday, and yes, it's Robert Downey Jr. playing Doom, but it's not Tony Stark as Doom.
Unless it
It's
is,
Doom, unless it is,
because they
which
could go
that's
that
an
way.
entirely right, but that's an entirely different conversation. So if this is Doom played by RDJ with
Right.
no reference to Tony Stark,
Mhm.
then I don't think this fucks with the legacy of Iron Man Tony Stark at all
But it
because
has
it's an
to, right?
entirely separate. But it's an entirely separate character,
Yeah,
and
but it.
respectfully, if people can't keep that out of their own minds, that's their own fucking problem.
Okay, but like, sure, but conversely, at the same time, we're going to have this guy. We're going to have this guy coming up against people who knew, like Peter Parker from Avenger from like our 616 Peter Parker is going to be coming up against this Doctor Doom.
Mm-hmm.
You don't think that that's going to be you don't think that you think that they should just gloss over the fact that this guy has Tony Stark's face?
I I don't think they're going to, but I think there's going to be some kind of explanation for maybe like, oh, the incursion caused him to combine with Tony Stark of another universe, and now he's got his face and what they'll make some fucking explanation up for it. If the case is that
All I'm saying is like they have to mention it, right? Like there has to
they'll
be,
mention it,
they can't just
yes, they're
gloss
going to
over it.
mention it. Well, they're not going to. They're going to mention it. It's going to be a thing. People won't be able to overlook it. But what I'm saying is they're going to make some fucking excuse up for why he looks like Tony Stark. And if that excuse ends up being okay, he looks like him, blah blah blah.
Let's move forward. Like he's just a
Let's move
variant or
forward.
whatever.
Right, he's a
Okay.
variant, whatever. Then okay, that has nothing to do with Tony Stark and his fucking legacy. He looks like him. It's a variant. Move on.
Sure. Sure. Um so
If
so
it
you
ends up being something that intertwines with his Tony Stark legacy, then you know, then it's a different conversation.
sure. So You would want this to be a one-off for Captain America, then. You would not, or for Steve Rogers, not Captain America. You would want this to be a
Yeah.
one-off, maybe 2
I'd like to
movies.
see him in one more movie just to, scratch my
Your Steve Rogers
one or
itch.
maybe 2 more movies.
Right, maybe bring
Scratch
him
my
back for
Steve
Secret
Rogers
Wars
itch.
or whatever.
Right, and then boom, move on.
Okay.
We're good.
Okay, because that was my concern. It's like, what are we doing, right? Like, are we keeping this guy? Are we sending him? This dude's like,
they're not. There's no way they piggyback on him for another fucking 10 years.
they can't.
They
He's
can't.
like 40 years
They
old.
can't. Yeah, it's enough of that character, right? Like, and to be fair,
Or better yet, recast
now
him.
they struggled. They struggled for a very long time
Mm-hmm.
without him and RDJ in the MCU.
Right.
But they've kind of found their footing again and are trending in the right direction. So to just yank it back and be like, oh, another 10 years of Iron Man Cap would be like, I don't think they'd make that mistake.
I don't think they would, and I don't think that they should. Jesus. I don't think they would. I don't think they should. But then why bring him back at all? Unless this was the plan the entire time. Which, let's be honest, it very well could be. It could have been the plan to bring Captain America. I'm only going to be talking about Captain America because I'm worried about RDJ's Doom, but like not all that much. I feel like Captain America's or Steve Rogers coming back, if he comes back for more than just a movie, is going to be a problem. In more than just, whatever. Because then we get into the conversation of, well, is he Captain America? Because he was Captain America. And should we take Captain America away from Sam? Should we take whatever? Because we had this whole thing of who's the real Captain America for the last 6 years with, is Sam Wilson Captain America? Is he leading the Avengers now? Can the government give who's Captain America with John Walker? And now he's U.S. agent. And, like, you can't add another Captain America into the mix. We just figured out that Sam Wilson's Captain America.
I don't think they're going to do that. I genuinely think this is in my opinion, I think this is bring him back, kind of help right the ship in a way, like that one final push to kind of right the ship.
Sure.
And then fucking send him off into the sunset.
Yeah. And then in the Russos we trust, but you better nail that. Because if you do it badly, it's shot.
Well, I genuinely can't remember the last time I was this excited about an MCU movie.
Okay. I'm excited for it. I am a little worried because I think it's going to be messy. I think it's going to be a little messy. There's so many characters. There's so much going on.
I think they're going to. I don't know. I just had this feeling that they're gonna nail it.
Yeah, I hope so.
I just do.
And I hope that the whole Doom being RDJ and RDJ playing Tony Stark, like, I hope that's not a big deal. I hope that they do that well. I hope that whatever, right? Like,
maybe Doom just never takes off his mask and nobody ever sees his face.
I'd hate that.
I know you would.
I'd both like it and hate it at the same time because that's a good loophole, right? Like, that's a good way to be like.
It keeps things from being messy.
Yeah, but he already took his mask off in Fantastic Four.
No, he didn't.
Yeah, he did. He's sitting there with his mask off, talking to Franklin. His mask is in his hand.
Yeah, but we don't ever see it.
I guess technically we don't see his face. Yes. There's another theory that he's not the only Doom.
That's another thing. That could be a fucking clone that was sitting there talking to Franklin.
Or it could.
That could be.
Or it could be a variant that like whatever.
Right, or something in a fucking green cape that was impersonating him, like a fucking.
Sure.
Who knows?
Sure.
It'd be a big fuck you to the fans if it was just like some random grunt, but like.
Right. It could. It theoretically.
It's a possibility.
I think that RDJ has the acting chops for it. I think that whatever. I think they can pull it off. I just think there's a very tight window. You can either be awful, be awful. There's a very tight window in the middle where this doesn't work for
But I
this
think
reason. It doesn't work for this reason in
I
this
think they
window.
understand that though.
Right.
You don't cast that guy without understanding that.
You don't cast that guy without understanding it, and you don't bring the the Russos don't agree to do this if it's not an
Right.
insane script. So
Right, and you don't bring back Steve Rogers and RDJ if you realistically don't think you can pull this off.
correct, and we'll see. And Chris Evans and RDJ are fantastic actors, and we've seen Chris Evans, do a whole bunch of stuff, and RDJ was phenomenal in Oppenheimer, which I think landed him this because he's the villain in Oppenheimer. He's a dick in Oppenheimer, and he's fantastic, and I love it.
Right, right.
Yeah, I do think it's gonna be messy, not because of like the Steve Rogers or the RDJ stuff, but with just the sheer fact that we have like 30 characters now. Like we have all of the old Fox X-Men coming in. We have the Fantastic Four. We have most of the original Avengers. We have the Guardians of the Galaxy. Like, and there are it's universes. It's three different universes and then space to come into this. It's going to be interesting how they do it, and I think it's going to be a little messy. Am I still probably going to love the hell out of it? Yeah, probably, but it's probably going to be a little
it's probably
messy.
going to be a little bit messy, but that's every movie's a little messy. Endgame
Sure.
was a little messy.
Endgame was a
Like,
lot of messy.
Yeah, and I still fucking love that movie. Like
That's the other thing. Speaking of Endgame and this causing an incursion and stuff, right? If that's the way that they're gonna go, that completely voids all of Loki. Because Loki, like, had this whole sacred timeline thing, right?
Right.
And one of the big things was Loki was like, okay, but like, why can the Avengers go back in time and do blah 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 blah? And it was like everything that happened, everything that the Avengers have done up until this point was supposed to happen. Like,
Right.
which means because Loki happened after Endgame, Steve was supposed to go back in time. How is it causing an incursion? I don't know. If that's the reason, I don't know. It's gonna be interesting. Anywho, hey guys, before we go any further, I just wanted to step in here and say for the rest of the episode, we are going to be talking about Avatar: Fire and Ash. That is the third installation of the Avatar movies. So I wanted to pop in here and give a spoiler warning for the rest of the episode. If you haven't seen Avatar and you want to go in spoiler free, click off. Don't watch the rest of the video. But if you do and would like to hear the discussion, please stay. I think we got a lot of good content for you guys. And with that, I just want to say thank you guys so much for making it this far in the video, and I hope you enjoy the rest of it. So we got Avatar: Fire and Ash, the third installment in Avatar, up to date. So
3 out of 5.
Yeah, 3 out of 5, maybe 6. I thought. No, just
I'm
5.
not sure. I thought it was 5.
Okay.
I thought it was supposed to be 5.
At least 5. 3 out of at least 5. So
Yeah.
we're gonna give our scores out of 10. I'll do a 3, 2, 1. Out of 10, we're gonna give our scores. Okay, you got yours.
Yep.
Okay. 3, 2, 1. 9.
5.
Really?
Wow, you liked it
I-
that much?
Maybe an 8. Probably an 8, but it was really good. I liked it a lot.
I was on the opposite end of the spectrum, and I know I
Really?
probably, yeah, dude.
All right. So walk me through it.
I just felt like half the time I didn't know what the point was.
Okay.
Like I feel like half the movie I was like, all right, where are we going with this? What's
What's I know you're after him.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, you're after Jake Sully.
Mm-hmm.
You get Jake Sully. I thought it was really dumb that they left the fucking village to as a whole family instead of just sending the fucking kid by himself.
Okay.
I you know, so then like because the whole point is like, oh, I'm trying to keep my family safe. That is grade A1 how you put your family in danger.
Yeah. 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 That's
And
true.
you're like, all right, cool. Gonna leave the safety of this village after we already just lost a son.
Yeah, we do it.
Which
Oh,
this
by the way,
this does not take that long away from.
does not take that what?
This is not sorry, this is not super far after they lost the son
No,
when this is
it
taking
isn't.
place.
Um.
And they're just like, all right, the whole point, the whole thing I've been making up, the whole reason I'm doing this is to protect my family. But
Mhm.
fuck it. Let's go on some air balloons where we'll probably, be susceptible to attack instead of just staying hidden.
Yeah,
All so
but
that we can
like,
deliver this fucking kid that we both kind of hate to fucking.
yeah, my
For what reason?
okay, but like eventually they were gonna find him anyway because they did that and they found him again anyway.
What are you talking about?
They went back to the village and just hid there and they found him again
Right. So why leave in the first place, though?
because
To go drop the kid off so you can appease your pissed off kids
yeah,
after you lost the one that after you just lost the one, and especially after I'm sorry, Jake's whole thing is like it's done, end of discussion. I make the decision. It's not a democracy.
guess what? Not the end of the
Guess
discussion.
what? Not the end of the discussion. I'm actually folding, and I'm gonna put my family in harm's way. Even though the entire point of this whole fucking movie is my job is to keep my family safe and defend the fucking Navi. But you know what? Let's fucking throw them on some air balloons and pray to God nothing bad happens.
Yeah, but okay, at the same time though, like if you're like a parent or something like that, like especially with like how the one kid the oldest bro like the oldest dude or the only guy now um with how he's been acting, he probably would have just gone anyway. So
Who
so
knows, bro? We'll never get to know. We'll never get the answer to that because the fucking dude goes, "All right, everybody on the fucking airplane, shit."
yeah, that didn't bother me so much.
I thought that was annoying. I thought that that was dumb. Um, and then you know, uh, then after the fucking air, they get raided or whatever,
Mhm.
and the thing goes down. This dude, this general,
Quaritch.
or the Quaritch is his name, right?
Yeah.
Quaritch. So Quaritch's whole thing the past two movies is I hate Jake Sully. I hate Jake
Yeah,
Sully.
bring him in.
I'm gonna capture Jake Sully. I'm gonna bring him in any means necessary.
Mhm.
They get him. They fucking get him.
Mhm.
He is arrested.
Yeah.
They have him. The whole mission is get him and get out.
Sure. Also,
And
spoilers.
to keep in mind,
We probably should have put that in the
yeah,
beginning. Spoilers.
you have him. You
Yep.
fucking have him.
You got him.
He's arrested.
Mm-hmm.
Your whole mission is, and this is before they know anything about Spider being able to fucking breathe on land.
Well, no, but like, okay,
This is
continue.
before
Continue.
This is
Continue.
before they know Spider can breathe on land.
Uh huh.
Their whole point is get Jake Sully arrested, bring him back, fucking try him, kill him, done. That is the
Mhm.
whole point. I
Mhm.
understand that it's Quaritch's son or whatever, and that is a reason to fucking. But his whole thing is, I'm a Marine, I follow orders, and then all of a sudden it's like, oh, I have a heart. Oh, I want to make sure my son's okay.
But didn't that begin in in the second episode, like second movie? Like, didn't he start
Yeah, but the
becoming
whole
obsessed with
point
it?
is, but the whole point is like, this dude is a hard nosed Marine who would do anything to win, and he wins in the first fucking hour of the movie. He wins. He has this guy he's been obsessed with since the first movie,
Mm-hmm.
and he just fucking says, "Fuck it, I'm gonna go try and find the fucking."
Yeah.
Find my fucking son. Where also fast forward, right? He gets his son,
Mm-hmm.
or they find the kids, whatever, right?
Sure.
And they escape the fucking uh, fire and ash people,
Yeah.
right? And they're all laying there on the fucking side.
Mm-hmm.
You, okay? You have a gun now. Your
Yeah.
whole point is to kill Jake Sully.
No.
You hate
Bring
to
him in.
fucking bring him in, or what? Get rid of him. That's the whole point. At the end of the day, get rid of him.
Sure, but they want
If
him
he could have
alive.
killed him at any point in the last movie, you would have fucking killed him in the last movie.
Okay.
Your whole point is I'm supposed to bring him in, kill this guy, whatever. You're all there. You've escaped the fucking fire and ash people. Why not just fucking put a bullet in his head, kill the fucking kids, and take Spider himself? Why are you sitting there just being like, oh, what do we do now?
I don't know. Like it kind of makes sense to me.
You have
like,
a gun. He's fucking defenseless.
Yeah, but like,
Fucking fulfill your mission, bro.
but his mission is to bring him in first and foremost, right? It's not to kill
Right,
him.
but
Also,
if
if he
there's a-
kills, but if he kills Jake in front of Spider, like his whole thing with Spider is he wants to be the kid's dad, and if he kills Jake right in front of him, like, yeah, it's easy to blame. Like, oh well, I tried to get it so that they didn't kill Jake, but the generals overtook it. The general's the bad guy. But if he sits there and puts a bullet in his head, what's he gonna do? Oh, the general's the bad guy? No, he's never gonna. Spider's never gonna do anything with him. Plot twist: Spider's never gonna do anything with him. Period. But like,
right, but
he doesn't know that.
There was already no chance of that.
Yeah, but he doesn't know that. In his mind, it's his dad. He's the kid's dad. In his mind, he can play it. If we just whatever. Right? Like, we know this as the audience. Yeah, we know that, like, Spider would never, like, right? Because he was close to the kid who died. He was close to the Sully family. We know this, but to Korich, it's like, oh, well, it's my kid. Like, I'm his dad.
I guess. I don't know.
You also got to
that's
remember, this
besides
thing's a
the point.
clone. This thing's a clone of Korich. It's not actually Korich.
Right. Right, but the whole point is the entire first two movies, it was like, you are Quaritch. I am fucking Quaritch. That is my identity.
Right, but
I am a fucking Marine. I'm going to kill Jake Sully. I'm going to get Jake Sully. And you have him,
Mhm.
and then you just fucking do nothing with him.
Right.
Because you want to see the fucking dumb kid, which is
And you're supposed to bring
entirely
and his
stupid.
orders are to bring him in alive as well. So if we're going off of the
I
argument
can't
of,
remember
I'm
exactly.
just a Marine.
I don't remember whether it's exactly like they have to bring him in, or he can kill him if he has the chance. Like if that's what's
No, because they
necessary.
want to
I
make
don't
it a
know.
public thing because he's a traitor. Which is why they have
Right.
all of the media there when he gets captured.
Right. But I don't know. I thought there was a lot of things where those were my big issues with the first half.
Okay.
And then we go and we're doing this whole, like, fast forward, the next thing I really remember is just like, there was a lot of wasted fucking time in this movie, in my opinion.
There was a lot
shit
of
that I could,
running.
yeah,
A
and
lot
just
of
a lot
running.
of like, all right, they're running again. Okay.
They're running
Kids
again.
got out of another dumb situation that they probably shouldn't have gotten out of.
Sure.
Okay, great. Fast forward, the spider can breathe, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
They figure out, oh, like if he, if they reverse engineer it and the fucking kid can, breathe on fucking, which I thought that whole fucking scene with him being able to be saved and they can breathe and whatever, I thought that was fucking dumb.
Okay.
I thought it was bullshit movie, sit him here. This feels right. I have no idea what the fuck I'm doing, but this feels right to me.
Yeah,
By
but
the
the whole
power
point of
of-
her character is that she's like connected to like whatever the goddess that is, right? Like that's her whole thing. is because she wasn't like Sigourney Weaver's like original character in the first one was pregnant when she died or whatever. The
Mhm.
kid should have died, but because Pandora's god, like Earth goddess, saved her, she was born. Like that's her whole point. Like
Yeah,
she has this connection with this goddess. She's also 12, 15. Of course she's not going to know what the fuck's going on.
I know, but to just kind of pull it out of your ass and be like, "Oh, I can change his fucking biochemistry so that he can fucking
No,
breathe," is
she didn't know what she was doing. She just knew that
I know,
something was
which is
going
why
on.
I'm saying it's dumb. Is that she had no idea what the fuck she was
Okay,
doing,
the kid was going
and
to
now
die
he can
either
just
way.
breathe.
The kid was
And
going to
yeah,
die
but
either
so
way.
he should have died. So he just should have died. You can't just pull some fucking movie bullshit out of your ass and be like, he can breathe now.
This entire franchise is movie bullshit. Let's be honest. This
I know,
entire
which is
franchise is movie
fucking
bullshit.
stupid. Anyway, I digress. I had a real problem with later in the movie. She made the Nakiri, is that the mom's name?
Neytiri.
Natiri has this whole like, I hate humans, fuck humans,
Mhm.
fuck Spider, I want to get rid of Spider. Spider's a piece of shit.
Completely
And
forgets the
then
fact that she's married to one. Yeah.
right, completely forgets
Yeah.
the fact that she's married to one. Has kids with human DNA in them, but okay, that's not a problem because they're my children. I understand that. That's fine. You know, it's your kids. I can get that to a certain point. But they have that moment where fucking he's gonna kill him. He's gonna stab Spider, and Spider's just like, I understand you have to kill me.
Mhm.
You know, I get to be with the gods now or whatever, Dad. And they're like, oh, and then she just magically changes her minds about kids, about fucking humans.
No,
Like she's like,
I
oh
think
no,
it
I
was.
actually like Spider,
Yeah.
and she runs back into the woods to
Mhm.
fucking go save him.
Yeah.
And I'm sorry, to me that felt like it was just pulled out of her ass that she like all of a sudden is cool with Spider.
Yeah, it's a little bit of a quick turnaround for sure.
I was like, where's the development of like, you had this deep hatred after, respectfully, all the first shit he did all the shit he did to prove himself in the second movie. I thought that would have been enough by this movie for us to not have to be like, oh,
But
I still fucking hate him.
but she blames Spider for the death of her kid too, or humans in general, but specifically.
No, it's the fucking son.
No,
The other son is the reason that he died.
Jake blames the other son. Neytiri.
I thought they both did.
Neytiri blames human beings in general, but like by proxy.
Okay. All right. Still, how do we fucking turn that around from you are the reason my son's dead to actually never mind, I like you, I'm gonna fight to keep what.
Well, okay, but like you also
me,
got to remember like what were the scenes like before that, right? Like Neytiri is going to like invade this compound to try and save Jake, and what does she find but Spider literally putting himself in the line of fire to save him?
right,
And continuously doing that, and then
right,
I don't know.
But he also fucking did shit like that in the second movie, where he was fucking helping and saving people.
Yeah, but if he hadn't have been,
shit.
but if he hadn't have been there,
That didn't mean shit in the past.
But in the second movie, had he not been there, her son would have still been alive.
Maybe.
No, yes, because
well, okay,
why did her
what
son?
Happens in the second?
Why did her son get killed?
How is Spider responsible for his? How does she see? I want you to tell me. How does she see that Spider is responsible for her son's death?
What did he die doing? What did he die doing?
I genuinely can't remember.
He was going to save Spider off of the carrier. That is the only reason that they are both of the sons are there, is to get Spider off of the ship. It's a rescue mission that they weren't supposed to go on.
Okay.
And they go to try and rescue Spider, and the kid dies. if Spider wasn't there, didn't get captured because he was trying to help, kid would have still been alive.
Right. But what I'm saying is, with that,
Mm-hmm.
if she has such a deep hatred for him because he's the reason her son died,
Mm-hmm.
why is he all of a sudden just, oh, you tried to help save Jake, you helped save Jake, all's forgiven? That's what it felt like.
That's fair. I
I
mean,
have this deep hatred of humans. I fucking can't stand human beings. I can't stand Spider because he got my son killed. Oh, you helped save Jake? We all good.
yeah, I mean, I get that. I don't know. I thought it was, yeah, it might have been a quick turnaround, but like at the same time, like I loved the symbolism of it all, where she's dressed in the red, right? She's got all the red paint
Mhm.
on,
Yeah,
and
and the blood's on her hands
it's
thing
not
when she
blood.
was washing
It's
them.
just paint.
Right. No, no, no. But what I'm saying is the symbolism is
Yeah,
like
where it's
they're
she
going to
feels
kill
like she would
him.
have the
Keep
blood of Spider on her
the blood
hands,
on
and
her hands.
yeah,
Yeah.
and she comes to realize as she's washing it off there, it's like this is wrong. His blood would be on her hands because she was arguing for that when he doesn't deserve it.
Hmm.
And as
Right.
she's like, oh my god, it's gonna be too late if I get there. Like I need to go, or like this is probably already too late, and I've realized it too late, and now this kid's blood is on my hands. Um, but like I thought all of that was very powerful because it was like because of that. It was a human beings are terrible. And then we get that big blow up argument of Jake and Natiri where he's like, "Really? All humans? So you married one. I'm a human. You have kids who have human DNA. Oh, but they have 5 fingers, so you hate them because of all of this." And then she has 30 minutes of screen time including saving Jake and watching Spider put himself in harm's way to
I
save
know.
Jake to have all of that.
All I'm saying is, to me, it felt like a quick turnaround that was not super justified.
Yeah,
There was some. I'm saying there was some justification, which I understand. I'm not saying I don't understand why she turned around.
mm-hmm.
I get it. I'm just saying, to me, it felt too quick. And then,
Yeah, and I think that's fair because like I was just saying, like we did have her like 30 minutes of screen time for her to sit with it, but 30 minutes in a 3 hour and 15-minute movie is not a lot of time.
not a lot of time.
So I guess
And
that's fair.
then,
It didn't bother me so much, but I get it.
right. And then I'd say my other big gripe with this movie was like, okay, I get, okay, so we're doing all this. Jake gets captured. Okay. I genuinely thought when, they saved Jake and he was heading back to, I thought the movie was over. And then there's another hour of like, oh yeah, by the way, don't forget about the whales coming together for their ceremony thing, and the humans are after the whales still. Don't forget about that.
Yeah. Yeah, that did seem like
Oh, and
a
by the way, Jake's now accepting his big, title of what they call him?
dude, I don't know. It's a big
I'm just going to refer to it as his big title. Now
yeah.
Jake's accepting his big title, and he's going around to all these clans, and
It's like Turuk
they're
something.
Toruk Maktu.
Yeah.
He accepts the title of Toruk Maktu. You get all these things together. All right, there's going to be a big battle, kind of like in Way of Water, how there was a big battle.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, we're winning. Oh shit, here come the fire and ash people.
Mm-hmm.
We're losing.
Yeah.
We're losing. All right, here's our Hail Mary. Now, I will say I liked the Spider and the is it her name Kiri?
It's Kiri, right?
I don't know, the
The
chick who like has a
spiritual.
seizure every time that she like
Yes,
I
yes,
don't
yes,
yeah.
yeah.
So that's
I
Sigourney Weaver's character.
yeah. She I liked that whole like them, and then the little kid, the very
Yes.
young kid. It gave to me it gave that young kid like actual purpose other than just being
Being
like
a kid.
cannon fodder,
Yeah.
right? And being cannon fodder. Okay, she actually did something. She helped them get to
Whatever.
Awa. Is that what it's called? Awa,
Awa?
Awa,
The
Awa.
goddess?
Yeah,
Yeah.
the goddess. Yeah. Okay,
I thought that was cute.
got it. That makes sense. All right. This gives justification for why.
Mm-hmm.
I understand that. I just there was just so much going on where I was like, they're winning, they're losing, they're winning, they're losing. And then I just felt like the final battle was just an entire rehash of everything they did in Way of Water.
Okay, yeah, that's yeah, that's
I
fair.
thought it was the exact same thing. I thought it was literally the same fight. Oh, he's holding your family hostage on the carrier that's coming apart.
Yeah, and that's what they
Better go
yeah,
save him.
and that's what they did in the I didn't realize that. That is very true. I will say, okay. You ready for my notes?
And 1 second. And then my last point that I'm going to say, my issue with this movie, it took forever for me to figure out what the fuck the point was. Where the fuck were we going with this? What was the point? Why did I need Fire and Ash to be its own separate movie
Yeah.
when literally everything felt like, because capturing Jake meant nothing. If you could rip that whole capturing Jake part out of the movie,
Mm-hmm.
the only plot point that helps push is
Natiri turning
Natiri
yeah.
turning like, oh, he's cool.
Yeah.
You could rip that whole thing out of the movie and it was fucking pointless.
Yeah. Yep. That is true.
So then I'm sitting there and I'm like, all right, that was a whole hour I just fucking wasted when we could have had probably a simpler explanation of like, oh, hey, Natiri, look at all the shit that he did in Way of the Water that was really good. And like, that's a reason why you shouldn't fucking hate him. And then I would have, you know what? If she had been like cool with him from the get-go, would have saved us a lot of time.
I get why she wasn't, and I'm okay
I
with
understand why she wasn't, but you could have just been like, all right, there's been enough time. You know, I passed through my grief. I've gotten through my grief, whatever. You're still like a son to me. I may not have liked your actions, and you know, there may be some things we need to work through. But anyway, I want you to get to your notes. My problem, I felt like the entire movie, I was like, what the fuck are we doing? Where are we going with this?
So-
what is the point of this?
Did you come up with an answer to that? Okay.
I was like,
Yeah, that's fair.
why this was Way of the Water. Now I understand that Way of the Water and Fire and Ash were supposed to be one movie at one point, but there was just too many plot points, so they split it up into two.
Right.
I know that. It just felt like this all could have been like Way of Water and Fire and Ash. There were a lot of things that they over-explained to make it into a 3-hour long movie
Mm-hmm.
that they could have just cut out and made one very long movie.
Yeah, but each movie was already very long.
Right. But I'm saying
Um,
you could have taken a lot. There were a lot of things you could have taken out of Way of Water that they
Sure.
didn't need, and a lot of things you could have taken out of Fire and Ash and just
Sure.
put the good stuff into one movie.
Sure. Sure. Yeah,
And I'm sorry, they just ran all the fucking time, and I was like, half this movie is kids running away because they're gonna die.
Yeah.
That's my last comment. Sorry, I'm gonna let you get to yours. 5 out of 10. Thought it was fine.
So all of that brought it down 5 points. 5 whole points.
Thought it was I thought it looked good cinematically. I thought it looked good cinematically.
And
Yeah,
that's it.
that's really it. I thought it was really good cinematically.
Hmm.
I
Okay.
thought the story was really dumb. And also you get a -1 for fucking the bro and cuz and bro
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
cuz
That
and
was
bro
that.
and
Yeah.
cuz
That was
that annoyed
obnoxious
the fuck out of me the entire movie. So it would have been a 6, but I'm taking it down to
for that.
-1 for a 5 for the annoyance that caused me.
Yeah.
Cuz
Yeah. You know what? That's valid. That's valid. Because that was like it's like every other
that
word that
pissed
came
me
out of
off
this
the
kid's
entire
mouth
movie,
was
bro.
bro.
Every word was bro, cuz,
Yeah.
dog.
Yeah. Yeah. That it took me out of that a little bit. I'm not gonna lie. It. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I will say as I was watching it, there was only one time where I felt like it really like dragged. Like because I remember like an hour into the movie, I was like looking at my phone. I was like, okay, how long? Oh, it's been an hour. Ugh, okay. And then like after that, like it was fine. Like the setup of the like they probably could have like paced the setup like the first
Mm-hmm.
hour a lot better.
I felt like that was happening to me at least. That happened to me like at least 3 times throughout the movie.
Interesting, because I thought the action throughout all of it was good. I feel like that's what Way of Water was missing, was the action. I feel like Way of Water was a lot like was 2 hours of this, and then like 30
Mm,
30 minutes of action.
right.
And I felt like there was a little bit. I felt like there was less of that. It was almost reverse, where there was more action and a little bit less. You know,
Mm-hmm.
like there were too many cinematic shots in Way of Water. Like they literally look at their hands underwater for 25 minutes of that movie. You get 25 minutes of this.
Right.
And that's not being an exaggeration because that's what they do
Mm-hmm.
for 25 minutes of the second movie.
Right.
That's ridiculous. Why do we need
Right.
25 minutes of a 3 hour
See,
movie?
that's how I felt about the fucking hour of, oh, the kids are running away again. Oh, the kids are in danger.
That's fair.
Oh, the kids are running away again. Oh, the kids are in danger again.
That's fair.
This all could have been avoided had you just fucking told them why is the family out. And okay, cool.
Yeah, but they wouldn't have listened to. Like that's the other thing. It's like they showed
Right, but we don't even get to see if they wouldn't have listened. It doesn't matter.
right because they show us
He
they
just
show us later. They don't show us at the time. They're
right
like
because he decided, oh, this is a democracy. That was, oh, this is a democracy.
this is a family, not a democracy.
Actually,
Yeah.
it's not a democracy. You're all coming. We're gonna go drop them off as a compromise.
The quote was, "This is a family, not a democracy."
Right.
I.e., you guys don't get to make the decisions. And
Mhm.
yeah, I kind of agree. Where it's like he changed his mind, and like the justification for that is okay. They wouldn't have listened anyway. But to your point, we don't get to see that until they stand on business, and the kids are like, "All right, we're doing it anyway." Or the older kid is like, "All right, I'm doing it anyway." I.e., I'm going to go search for Payakan.
Yep.
When they're like, "Nope, you stay here," or "Nope, you shut up," or whatever, and he's like,
Yep.
"Fuck you,
Fuck
bye."
that.
Yeah. Anyway, my first note. I forgot the brother died.
Oh, really?
Forgot he died. I was
That's
very.
like one of the only thing. That's like one of the only memorable things I have from that second movie.
I don't remember much of that movie. That movie sucked. That movie was awful, and I will stand on that to the day I die.
I think this movie was worse than Way of Water.
I think this one was so much better than The Way of Water. Second one,
Well, yeah, you had it at a 9.
I'll
was
bring
shocked
I'll
by that.
I'll bring it down to a 8. I liked it though. Like there were a lot of annoying
No,
things.
keep it at a 9, dude.
No.
You liked it. Keep
No,
it at a
no,
9.
I'm bringing it back down to an 8 because you make good points that I didn't think about or didn't remember. So I'm bringing it down to an 8. I'm not going to bring it down to a 7 or 7.5, but I'll keep it at an 8. Because the bro
Right.
stuff was obnoxious.
it fucking killed me.
And,
The entire, every time I felt like, and here's like why.
mm-hmm.
Every time I felt like I was building momentum of getting back into the movie.
Bro.
What up, cuz? What's good, bro?
Yeah.
And then I was just like,
yeah. I was like, all right, and now I'm out of it again. Yeah.
now I'm out of it again.
Yeah. Why is Spider a character? Is my second one. I was writing these down as the movie was going on. Why is Spider a character? What is the point of his character?
The point now is that
for before the end of this movie,
for
or
the
like
breathing thing.
so, like from Avatar, Way of Water, and like halfway through this movie, what is the point of his character? It doesn't
what does
make
he
sense.
do?
What does he do? Why is he a thing? He doesn't drive the plot at all. He's just
The only driving factor that he had up until this point
is to get into trouble.
Well, that, and at the end of Way of Water, he saves the dude who's trying to kill everybody.
Cool. So we can have more movies.
So that we can keep him for 4 more movies.
Awesome. Oh, except no, we can't. Because spoiler alert, he kills himself. Maybe we don't see a body.
We don't see him actually die. I don't think he's dead.
I don't think he's dead.
There's no way he's dead. There's absolutely no way he's dead.
Not with 4 more movies.
Right, and his fucking Fire Queen probably like saved him or some shit.
Yeah, so why is Spider a character is my second one, because it seems like ever since he's been introduced as a character, which by the way, he just shows up in the second one.
Yeah, he does.
They don't mention him in the first. Or if they do, it's very briefly.
It's very, very little, yeah.
He just shows up in the second one as like a full-fledged like human.
Right.
Ridiculous. But the entirety of his character is, I'm gonna get captured, I'm gonna put myself in danger, or I'm gonna put other people in danger because they have to come save me. It bothers the ever-living shit. It just bothers the ever-living shit out of me. The only reason that up until an hour and a half into this movie, the only thing that Spider does is, I need to breathe. That's it. That's it.
Beep, beep, beep. Shut the fuck up.
Yeah, how about you just go ahead and die? I don't get why he's a character. I get a little bit more why he's a character towards the end of it, but not really. Third one. Fire Lady kind of bad, though. Fire Lady kind of bad, though.
Go to jail. Go the fuck to jail. You didn't know.
Yeah.
Stop.
I did.
Stop.
We're
That's no. Wrong. Wrong.
Hate the one-armed Aussie. The guy. The whale hunting dude.
The whale dude.
Fuck that guy.
I thought he got cooked. In the second movie.
Just lost an arm apparently. Yep. Because we can't kill characters except for the brother and the dad.
For whatever the fuck.
And then Sigourney Weaver's character for whatever reason. Yeah, so hate the one-armed Aussie. Fuck that guy. I'm glad he's dead now. He's dead now. He has to be.
Yes. Well, he got dragged under the water by a whale. I think he's done for.
Has to be. The council. So this is what I wrote down verbatim. The council is bitches.
Agreed.
They be bitches, dude.
See, Will, all I'm hearing right now is a bunch of negatives for this movie. You're the one who's supposed to be telling me why it's an 8 out of 10.
Well, you're supposed to.
All I'm hearing is this sucks.
You're supposed to hate the Aussie guy. So, and the fact that I dislike his character so much that I wrote a note about it, that's a good thing. The council is bitches. They're supposed to be bitches for the movie because them changing their mind at the end. That's
right.
I said blind witness of the fate of the or of the whatever is a sick line. What the sole survivor of Payakan's original like birth family, they say, it's like, and now I am the blind witness of whatever because she lost her eyes and stuff. Dude, that's so cool. I wish
Yeah.
I came up with shit like that. That's so cool, man. I said that's a sick line. Um, to go with your kind of a recap of 2 with a big water battle, and then I went, but better in every way, because I thought they did it better. I thought it looked better. I thought the fact that it was like all of the tribes together made a lot more sense, because in the first one it was just the one tribe.
There's just the water people.
That
Yes.
that doesn't make sense. Also, where were the banshees in that? They weren't there. That didn't make any sense. But they were in this new one. And then it was only Payakan. That's it. No other whales or other ocean anything. It was literally just the water avatar in the second one, and this third one, they have everything, and it's great. I think it's better in every way. They, instead of in the second one, it's literally just one tribe fighting up against these guys, and then the humans are like, all right, this isn't gonna work. We need to bring out even more, and then they get stomped, and then everyone else has to join in, right? Um, so I said kind of a recap of 2 with the water battle, but it's better in every way. And again, I
Right.
think the cinematic is better. It looks a little bit better. There's not much you can do in 2 years with that kind of technology. But I do think like the way that they did it was a little bit better. I liked the submarine things. Those were cool. I like how
The
they
crab things,
no
the crab submarine things.
yeah, that and like the torpedo ones too. Like I thought those were
Oh,
pretty cool.
okay.
I think the crab ones were in the second one, weren't they?
No.
No, these were new ones too.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
The
thought they were
crab
cool.
ones turned into the little submarine things. They like had the arms and everything, and then they
I don't think
turned
so.
into the sub.
I thought they were separate.
No.
No, still
I'm
cool.
very positive.
Still cool. Um, I said there's an insane shot of Jake and Natiri when they're gearing up, and all the banshees are flying behind them, and they're just walking towards their banshees.
Hmm.
Insane. That looked so cool. I
Right.
was so hyped for that. Um, and then I said, "Fuck yeah, Payakan leads the attack." I thought that was kind of cool. It was kind of like Just Desserts there, where he's been right this entire time, and the elders are like, "All right, yeah, you've been right this entire time. Because of that, you get the honor of leading this
Mhm.
for us." I thought that was fantastic. I thought the air battle was sick, like the Banshee versus Banshee. Um,
Hmm.
I thought that was great. And going back to like the air merchants thing, the air merchants and the banshees and all of that, like again, like the air merchants and the Sully banshees, versus the like that reminds me very much of like U.S. bombing runs in World War II, where it was just you didn't have it was the bombers and fighters, and then all of a sudden the Germans would come out of the sun and start attacking, and like all of that stuff.
Hmm.
I thought that looked fantastic. I thought that was great. I don't know if they did that on purpose, but that's what it reminded me of. And then the air battle at the end against the fire and ash people, and then just all of the. I thought that looked fantastic and makes a lot more sense. Um, just for the whole thing, because again, where were they in the second movie? Nowhere.
Hmm.
That doesn't make sense, and now they're there, and I think that's
Right.
great. Um, Sigourney Weaver's character is actually awesome in this one. Uh, the character who can control plants and shit.
Yeah.
That I don't remember what her name is. There are too many names, and they're too weird.
Kiara.
Something like that.
Right.
She's great. The way when they're captured and she moves the plants and shoots the things,
Hmm. And shoots the things.
dude,
Yeah.
that's so cool. The spider thing, I kind of like agree with you. That's a little bit of movie magic, like movie bullshit. But like again, this
Hmm.
entire franchise is movie bullshit, so it didn't really bother me all that much. Um, and then I thought the whole her going for trying to get to AWA for the last two movies and just can't. And then finally, like it's not just her; like she can't do it by herself. At the
Hmm.
moment, she needs the help of like the people who are closest to her. Um, because like if we are trying to like sometimes we need help, and that's okay. And accepting that and whatever, because her whole thing for this most of this movie was, well, when I can finally do this again, I'll be your spiritual guide.
Right.
Um, to Spider, or why can't
Right.
I do this? I need to be able to talk to Awa. I should be able to do this. I like when I can do it's very much I need to do this for me and by
Right.
myself. And then towards
Right.
the end, she's like, I have to do this to save everybody else.
Hmm.
And then they were like, all right, well, boom, I'm attaching so that we can get this done. And then she realizes like, hey, maybe it's maybe it takes a village, and that's okay.
Right.
Um, so I thought that was something that was pretty cool. I liked the character development there. Um,
Yeah.
and that was kind of forced character development because it was like the situation needs to like this is what the situation needs. Um,
Right.
and because of the situation, she then realized like, oh well, people, you know,
Right.
which forced character development can, if it works, it works, and I think it worked. Um, the riderless banshee attack is sick. Um,
Yeah.
when people got when there weren't any like riders left, they all got knocked off or whatever.
Yeah.
And then it looked like everything was locked, and then all the riderless ones came down and saved people. I thought that was great.
Right.
Um, squid things are awesome, is what I wrote down. Um, I liked how they introduced them as something to be feared and something where it was like they say if you see them that they are there to judge you, that they are going to be the ones that are to judge you for whatever. And if you
Right.
have like a clean spirit or or like a good soul or whatever like that, then buh. But if not, then they'll take you to whatever. And I thought that was a
Right.
great juxtaposition of like this entire time we see the son just be an absolute jackass um this entire time, and then we see him disobey orders and go get try and get Payakon.
Hmm.
And then then we get in the background, they say if you see this, and you're like, well, this guy's freaking cooked. But because of his relationship with the whale and all of that, it saves him. And because of his friendship with the other tribe, that saves him. Um,
Right.
and then conversely, with the humans, you know, they're all they're all screwed because all they're trying to
Yeah.
do is, they're not in fostering relationships with these clans, with these creatures. They're literally just there to make a buck.
Right.
Um, revenge for the pod with an exclamation point. So when the blind lady or the blind whale is like looking
Right.
at whatever, and then Pyacon comes and grabs him. I'm like, yeah, dude,
Right.
because fuck that guy, fuck that guy. I hate that guy so much. I'm so glad he's fucking dead. Um, and then my last one, and this was one of the things that I noticed where I was like, okay, this is kind of ridiculous, and it's movie bullshit. When can the water lizard things? They can fly now. They fly now.
They've always been able to fly.
Not like that.
They
Really?
yeah, they have.
Really?
They did in Way of the Water. Yeah.
Did I just miss it?
Yes.
Okay,
They've always been able to do
because I
that.
did put an exclam or I put a question mark because I wasn't sure if they
Right.
like. I was like, they can fly
They've
now.
always been able to do that.
Okay, because that seemed super convenient if they didn't establish earlier that they could already fly.
No, they could fly. That was already a thing.
Then why do they skim across the water? Why do they do
Because
that?
that's where they live.
Then why can they fly?
They live in
Okay.
the water.
Okay. Okay. It Rocks are floating in the air. It doesn't make
Movie
sense.
magic.
It's movie magic.
Movie bullshit.
Rocks. There are rock islands
This
floating
movie
in the sky.
sucks.
I don't think this. I have a hot take. I don't think this movie sucks. I think this franchise sucks.
I think this movie sucks.
I think this franchise sucks. I think this is the. I think this is the best of the three movies. But they all like as a combined, it's
the
not
worst. I think this is the worst of the three movies.
I think 2 is the worst of the 3 movies.
I think 1's the best. I think 2 is the second best. And I think 3 stinks.
I think 1 is okay. I think 2 is awful, and I think 3 is pretty decent. It's at least good.
You can't say pretty decent. You made it an 8.
I said it's at least good.
An 8 is
I
an
like
amazing movie.
I enjoyed it. I understand why people don't. I enjoyed it. I'm not saying that there aren't problems.
As an 8, that's an amazing movie.
All right,
A
fair.
good movie is a 7.
All right, then
Or 6.5.
I guess that's fair. Yeah. Okay. Then I'll do this.
But
I'll do this. I'll do this.
Fine movie is a 5.
Avatar, the first Avatar. 7, 6, 6 or 7, give or
Okay.
take. Way of Water, 4.
Okay.
The only saving grace for that movie is it's pretty. That is it.
Right.
It is 3 hours of nothing. Also, it's the same movie. Avatar 2 is the same movie as Avatar 1. That's it. And guess what? Avatar 1, it's just Pocahontas. If you think it's a marvel of anything, it's just Pocahontas. That's it. It's Pocahontas with blue people. You hate me because it's right. You hate this because it's true. Avatar is just Pocahontas with blue people, and if you don't think so, you're wrong. I'm sorry. I could give you a basic synopsis of Pocahontas or Avatar, and you wouldn't be able to tell me which one is which.
I'll take your word for it. I'll trust you there.
Avatar is Pocahontas. Way of Water is Pocahontas in a different setting.
Fair enough.
With a
Fair
big
enough.
battle at the end. With 25 minutes of...
I think fucking Fire and Ash is an hour of the kids are in trouble. They're running away.
Yeah.
They escape.
Yeah, probably.
Oh God, the kids are in trouble. They're running away.
Yeah.
They escape.
Yeah.
Oh God, the kids are in trouble. They're running away. They
Yes.
escape.
Yeah, Fire and Ash is an hour of them running away. Sure, but at least the running away is kind of interesting. Because at least
It wasn't.
because at least they're getting shot
It
at.
wasn't.
And at least
It
you know
wasn't
there's the
interesting
possibility
at all.
and at least there's a possibility of Spider
This
dying.
movie's only saving grace is that it looks good and the ending had some good action in it. The fucking story sucked dick. The fucking
I thought there
way
was
they
good
went
action
about
throughout
this
all of
movie is
it.
Fucking terrible. No,
What do you mean no?
it wasn't. The what action was good before the final battle?
Saving
What?
Jake from the compound. Them running through the jungle. The battle on the airship.
The action in saving Jake from the fucking
Was awesome.
compound was
Was awesome. It was cool. Neytiri with the RPG bow.
after she said forever that I would never fucking use it.
Yeah, and then she realized, like, look, we're not going to win this if we keep sticking to traditional methods. Yeah, absolutely.
But then she goes right back to using a regular bow.
I'm not saying that's... Yeah, okay, but she also doesn't have RPGs anymore. She used them all. Where's she gonna get? Where's she getting the RPGs from, Brendan? Where's she getting them from? Where's she getting them from?
I'm a hard 5 on this movie. I think the only saving graces were it looked good and the action at the end of the movie.
I think it's
was
ridiculous.
good.
I think it's ridiculous and a little bit unfair to say that the action throughout the movie wasn't good. The raid on the air on the traveling salesman, that was cool.
Was just a way to set up more kids running away.
You mean the first time? Because look, they were running away. They only ran away once, but it was an extended thing where they continually ran away, and then they got like captured and stuff. But that's still part of one sequence, right? It's really only one sequence. Yeah, I agree with you. The sequence did run a little long.
They ran away for an hour. An hour of my time was watching kids run away.
Look, I will say this. I will say this. Did it need to be?
You cannot make that interesting for an hour.
I don't know. I think they did, but I also have another thing. Did it need to be 3 hours and 15 minutes?
No.
No,
No,
absolutely
God, no, that movie
not.
did not need to be fucking 3 hours long.
None of these Avatar movies.
That's another reason it's a fucking 5. I did not need 3.5 hours of sitting there watching that shit.
Yeah, and that's valid. I think, yeah, that's one of the things where that's one of the reasons it wasn't perfect for me. You know, it was way too long, and there were negatives. So that's why I'm keeping it at like an 8 or so. And the more I think about it, the more I watch it. Maybe it'll drop down. Maybe maybe it won't. I'm not giving it above an 8, because it's too long, and it does. There are issues like we talked about. But I think it's ridiculous and a little unfair to say that the action throughout the movie wasn't good. I think the action throughout the movie was fantastic. I thought it looked really cool. I thought
the last battle was the only good part.
I think that's a little crazy. I think that's a little bit ridiculous. Ridiculous.
Nope. That's my opinion.
I also really liked the biologist that came in and saved Jake. I liked that we actually had like one good human being. That like was working with them and was like, no, this is wrong, and actually did something about it.
Right.
As a but was it perfect? No, but I do think it's ridiculous to say that the action was bad. The action wasn't bad. What was bad about it?
It was fucking ridiculously drawn out for no reason.
Okay. So your big problem with all of the action is simply that like the movie is too long.
It just, you draw it out for no reason. And then if we're going to talk about the fucking scientist, agree with you. It's cool that there wasn't a piece of shit human. I agree. I'm happy he went and saved Jake.
But where'd he go after that?
They start shooting him, and they get split, and then he's just like, go, run away. They're only after me. And he runs off screen, and then you never see, hear, or he was just a plot point.
Yeah.
The only reason he was there was a plot point.
Maybe
they needed a way for him to fucking escape.
Maybe they'll bring him back in.
Maybe, but right now they haven't, and he was just there to drive the plot.
Well, yeah. He also told him about the attack on the whales.
Right, but that's what I'm saying. It's a plot point. He was a driving plot point, and that was it.
Is it so bad for a character to be a driving plot point?
Not for him to just fucking vanish into nothing and never be seen again.
Okay, but like they only
had
have
no explanation. You had 3 hours of bullshit, and you couldn't fucking explain that part?
Yeah, but he came into it and like switched sides with like 45 minutes left.
Right, but why the fucking... Why not just have fucking Nikiri just fucking saving themselves? Like, why?
Well, because
do we need this fucking dude?
Because then they would never know about the whales.
Dude,
I do agree with you.
You could have fucking explained the whales. They could have found out about the whales. Other than, oh, hi, I'm a marine biologist. The whales need help.
Yeah.
Bye.
Yeah. I mean, I get it. I get that. Like, again, I'm not saying it's perfect. But, like...
I'm okay. That's it. 5. That's all I'm going to say about the Avatar Fire and Ash.
I think
this
that's
movie
crazy.
Sucked.
I think that's
this
crazy.
Movie sucked. 5. Done. That's it.
That's all I got
for. That's all I got for Avatar Fire and Ash. I'm annoyed.
That's absolutely insane.
5. Done.
That's crazy. That's crazy.
Nope.
All right. Well, we are very obviously on different spectrums, on different ends of the spectrum, for our opinions on Avatar. I don't understand how you like Way of Water better than this, but you do. So,
Not to say, listen, not this is my last thing. Not to say that I loved Way of Water. I thought Way of Water was eh. I thought it was a little bit better than Fire and Ash. If Fire and Ash is a 5, Way of Water is like a 6.
okay. Okay. I can give that to you. I disagree with it, but I can give that to you. At least you're not saying like, yeah, this is a 5, but Way
I'm
of
not
Water is like
saying
an
Way of
8.
Water was an 8, and this was a 5. I'm saying Way of Water was a little bit better.
Yeah, okay. I sure. I can give that to you. I can be a little bit less incredulous about it. Sure. Yeah. Um I do have one question. This as for Avatar as a whole. Does Avatar deserve to be the highest grossing film franchise ever?
Fuck no,
No.
absolutely not.
Why is it? Do we know?
Because it was cinematically way ahead of its time. The first one, that was the big acclaim. Everyone go see the movie because it looks fucking incredible.
And it
Which
did.
for the time in 2009,
Even
it
now it
looked
still looks good.
fucking incredible. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. But to back in 2009, you went and saw that shit not because it was good. You went and saw it because, oh my god, this is like one of the craziest fucking things we've ever seen in movies
Mhm.
visually.
Yeah.
And now that everything's kind of cut, for me, now that everything's kind of caught up with it,
Yeah. There's
why
only
am I actively going to see this fucking
yeah.
franchise?
Yeah, there's only so much you can get better when things were that good. And so I get why 1 was so successful. Why was 2 so
Mhm.
successful? I don't get it.
Because you had to go see the sequel to the highest grossing movie of all time.
I, okay, yeah, fair. Let's look up Avatar Fire and Axe box office. Okay. Um how much do you think on opening weekend Avatar Fire and Ash made?
100 million?
Okay. Okay. Um so adjusted for inflation, the first one made 115. 2022 134 for Way of Water. Um it's global opening for Fire and Ash. So let's again 115 for 1, for 2 134. For 3, you said 100 million.
100 million.
345 million.
Opening weekend?
Opening weekend globally. It made like 88 million domestic. Opening weekend.
For everyone that went and saw this movie, I am so sorry that you paid the $20 to go see this movie. You all wasted your money just like I did. Absolute scam. I'm so sorry.
I don't think it deserves to be the highest grossing film
Oh, fuck
franchise
no.
ever.
No, this franchise at the bare bones kind of sucks.
I think I think a lot of it is a repeat of itself, which is a carbon copy of other movies.
Dude, I just think half the time they don't know where the fuck they're going with it.
Yeah, I agree. Like in kind of going on your
There's
point.
no point. I don't understand the point. This movie had no point.
No, I don't know why this needed to be. I don't know why 2 needed to be
What
made.
was the point? Give me, other than to introduce the Fire and Ash people, what the fuck the point of this movie was.
To make money.
And that's it. That's
Yeah.
all I'll say about that.
Yeah.
I'm done talking. Sorry, I'm done talking about fucking Avatar. I don't want to talk about this
Yeah.
shit anymore.
All right.
Fuck this. Fuck that movie. It sucked ass. Sorry, everybody had to go see it. 5 out of 10. This movie sucked.
And if you thought it was cool, at least,
Well,
and was
you're
actu-
allowed to be
you know,
wrong. You
Well,
know, it's okay. If you thought it was cool, you're allowed to be wrong.
I
It's
thought
all
it was
right.
cool. Again, I guess
And Will, you're allowed to be wrong.
and
Allowed to be
and I
wrong.
guess in Brendan's eyes, we're allowed to be wrong. It's cool. Hey,
Yep.
but hey, if you thought it was cool, and looked cool, and thought the action was cool, um, come join the club. You're not alone. Um, anyway, thank you guys so much for joining us. Again, I'm Will. That's Brendan.
I'm Brendan. Thank you for being rejects with us. And like, comment, subscribe. Tell me where I was wrong, because I'm sure a lot of you are gonna come at me in the comments. I don't really care.
And tell us whether you think that Avatar should be one of the highest grossing films or film franchises ever.
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 It shouldn't, but we're happy to tell you where you're wrong.
Yeah.
Um,
And I'd like to
Yeah.
hear different points of views for that. So, again, thank you guys so much for joining us. And we will see you guys next time.
Deuces.
Thank you for being rejects with us.